What's up, world? Welcome back to Sneakers and Sports, man. We appreciate everybody pulling up. You know we're on the road to 4,000. We need y'all help. Hit that subscribe button. For some of y'all, it's your first time seeing us. We appreciate y'all pulling up and come back because we got more content that you're going to love. We're here to talk about the NBA All-Star Weekend, specifically the game, and a little bit of what happened on Saturday. But the game, you kind of sound like Magic Johnson at Tech Group. You know, Magic used to say the dunk contest is back. Sound like for you the All-Star game is back. I think you
I
really
ain't gonna say, I'm not gonna say it's all the way back, but I do think it was the best All-Star game I have seen in maybe 20 years.
Whoa.
Maybe.
20
Okay, and then
years?
I'll put it
20
this.
years?
20 years?
I'll put it. Wait a minute.
Dumb.
Wait a minute.
No,
I will say. Wait, just let me. Can I
20
finish? Can I
years?
finish? Can I finish?
All right,
No,
go
you
ahead,
can't
man.
finish when KP's
I said. When I'm thinking about it, I haven't seen an All-Star game that good since Kobe played in an All-Star game. There we go. Okay, so there you go. I haven't
The man.
since Kobe played.
All right, so you correcting yourself from the 20 years.
Okay, there you go. There you go. So maybe 10, maybe 7, 8. Okay, and I'm gonna specifically say Kobe because I'm just saying when he played, it was a lot more competitive.
Bro, you
right?
being a prisoner of the moment. You being a prisoner of the
This
moment.
is wait a minute now. Let me explain. First of all, I did like the format. I liked it. It was different. It was fresh. And the fact is, okay, we could just start with it. Wemby set that tone. Like, he came out and was like, nah, I'm not. First of all, the world didn't have everybody that they need to have because a lot of the people in the world was Giannis, okay? You didn't have Giannis playing. And them played like only 5 minutes.
No, that's
Jokic
one player
didn't play a lot.
They missed
Okay,
two guys.
no,
They
wait,
missed Shea and Giannis. That was
and
it.
you didn't have Shea. You didn't have the MVP last year. Like, they did not have their full squad, dog. They didn't. So regardless, Wemby stepped up and was like, nah, I want it. Okay. And the other team, the Young Guns, which was, I don't know, the Stripes or the Stars. I keep forgetting which was which.
Stars.
The Stars.
Okay, so the Stars were the young ones and the Stripes were okay, whatever. So Wemby set that tone and they were like, clearly he's playing. So it kind of like started that competitive back and forth. And that first game was great. It was back and forth, and then had a game winning shot. Like, I mean, I was like, okay, but I do feel like the world was, they didn't have the MVP Shea. They didn't have Giannis. That's B. Come on, that's not.
Dog, if that's the case, then you could say the same thing. The Stripes didn't have Steph Curry. Mike, help this guy out, yo. First he said 20 years. Now he's saying it's Kobe stuff. And here's the thing. I'm not saying it was whack. You said 20 years first. Then you corrected yourself. It was better. Spur, I think you think it was better. I'm going to let you go because it was better. But here's just the one thing I'm going to say. If you got to differentiate who's on what team, and 3 days later or 2 days later, we still don't remember. We got some work to do.
I mean, I think it was the whole Stripes and Stars thing. Cause like, if you just said OGs and Young Guns, like, I could work with that. Like, everybody knew LeBron's team was like basically the vets. You know what I'm saying? The Young Guns were like the up and coming stars. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. I saw that and I liked it. Okay, because also the Young Guns versus the OGs, like the OGs had to kind of, Kawhi stepped up with a big game. You know what I'm saying? He had a game in
you liked it?
LA.
Let's see what expert thought of it. Let's see what he thought of it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna put it like this. I like the game. I like that they played hard. That it wasn't just dunks and
nobody laid on the floor.
Yeah, nobody laid on the floor and all that. So yeah, I really like the game. I like the competitiveness. I don't like the format. I would like to see competitiveness like that with them just East against West. I'm not a big fan of the format like that, but the overall game that they played yesterday, yeah, it was a good game. And yeah, Wemby set it off and they went from there. But now let's see if those same competitors can be competitors on a regular East versus West. I think that would be more exciting. I think that would be more exciting than this 3-team thing. I just think this is just, I don't really like the format that much. So
yeah, I agree with expert, man. The game itself was much better. It was actually watchable now. The first 2 games. The last game was not watchable. And that wasn't necessarily the players not playing hard. I just think the guys were gassed out. The format is clunky, man. When you got to get this point differential and all these different scenarios, and I see what they were going for. They were trying to go for when you play pickup basketball, right? The winning team stays on the court. Well, in real life, you take a break. You're not playing 3 intense games back to back. You take a break at some point. And that's kind of what killed it, because basically, because the OGs balled out in the first 2 games, they were gassed out by game 3. And we saw that. They didn't have no more legs. You don't really have a bench when you have these 3-team amalgamations. And here's the thing, man. And I think this is kind of to the point of, this is why I'm not sure I really am for the format. Number one, I think it's a disadvantage for the team that wins 2 games, because you got to stay on the floor and now you're tired. Number two, it's kind of ridiculous we've seen the OGs play the young guys twice in one night. We didn't really need to see it again. It already happened, so that was kind of ridiculous. And then also too, what was kind of ridiculous as well, when you look at this thing and you break it down and you're like, okay, part of All-Star Weekend is seeing your favorite players play with people they never going to play with. This is basically the same as when LeBron had a team captain. It's the same as the Kobe thing. They all play good this first time, and then they go back to basically giving us the middle finger. So I don't know that I even trust these guys that it's going to be something better again next year. Because and here's the thing. How you get back up for World versus USA? We already saw it. It's going to be the same guys, especially on the World side. It's going to be the same guys next year. How do you get back up for that?
Here's the thing. I think it's a new generation, okay? I do feel like I'm going to tell you why. I literally saw that maybe some of the veterans, including already during the broadcast, put it out there. Luka and Jokic don't want to play in this game anyways. Jokic barely wants to play in the finals.
You mean Durant?
We know that.
Yeah, you mean Durant said that, right? Not Ant. Yeah, Durant said
Was
that.
it Durant that said it?
Yeah.
I thought it was Ant-Man that said it.
No, it was Durant. Durant said that.
Okay, well, whatever. They didn't want to play. Okay, there are still people there that don't really want to play the game, okay? It's going to take some leaders, some of those, because the reason why I like the young guns and OGs is like the OGs want to play around. I could still see they were trying to
because if you look at the game, if you look at the second game where it was the OGs versus the young guys, they weren't playing around. They basically led the whole time. Kawhi was killing them.
Because the young guys want it. A lot of them, this is their first All-Star game.
Dumb.
And so they have a different, like.
But what happened in the second game? Who won the second game? The OGs. And they led the majority of the time.
And that was the first game. That they didn't play the first 2 games. The World and the Young Guns played
OG,
the first. I thought
no, the OGs played the second game. The Young Guns and the World play, and then the Young Guns and the OGs.
That's what I'm saying. You said they played the first 2 games.
No, we said they played the second game. You said they didn't play the first 2 games. Now I'm saying no. The OGs did play the second game. The OGs, they won the second and they won the third game.
Yeah, I get that. I was saying,
that's not what you said.
I heard the OGs played the first 2 games back to back.
Who said that?
That wasn't true. They played
so the
second
first game
and
was
third game.
the young guys versus the World. And then the OGs won 2 games in a row. They beat the young guys, then they beat the World, then they had to play the young guys again. The third. I was saying they played 2 games in a row.
Yeah. Not he didn't say the first 2 games. He said 2 games in a row.
I'm telling you, I heard that. So, I mean, we can pass that. It is what it is. I heard it. I got the listening ears. I'm the lawyer here.
Get off that dial,
I heard you say that. I let it go. I let it go. But I had to put it down. Hey, I had to make it correct, dog. You did say the first 2 games.
No, you didn't. I'm sitting here listening.
Okay, whatever.
Me and Expert never agree.
We'll agree to disagree there. We'll agree to disagree there.
Good.
Okay, I'm telling you right now.
All right, cool.
Look, there's a lot of bad apples that do not want to play that game. And I do think when you put some young guns who have never been on that stage, they want to beat these guys.
But here's the thing. That only happened by happenstance, because the NBA shuffled the teams the way they did. It happened by happenstance. Let's just be honest. Let's call it what it is. And you talking about 2 guys out of 1 squad that don't want to play. That's why you go to the East versus West, because for them 2 guys that don't want to play or maybe slightly injured, this is why you play the other people. You have an East versus West that just don't have that much of an impact anymore. So that kind of negates that when you play the traditional East versus West format. We seen it back in the day. It'd be certain people that didn't play a lot of minutes. Either they were kind of lower on the totem pole, or maybe the guy was injured, or the team said, hey, this guy only got 15 minutes. That's it. So that's nothing new. That's already happened. I just think that if you look at the format, it's a disadvantage for you to win 2 games because you're gonna be on the court. You're gonna be
I
gassed out.
agree. So I do feel like you can make some changes there. Maybe actually have a real kind of halftime in between one of those games so the teams can rest up for that either the next
Yeah.
2 games or something like that. I just don't believe that this going back to the East and West is gonna help.
Well,
But
here's
You need something fresh. You need something exciting.
but
They gave us that.
I don't believe, yeah, it happened this first time, but I don't believe that if they keep going with this, that it's going to stay like this or whatever. I believe that the next time, because it already happened, right now it's fresh and people are like, man, we want to see this and we want to beat the world, we want to beat the US. Next year is not going to even matter because what happened already happened. So now we're going to be in that same situation where people going to be playing soft and not really worried about it and stuff like that. They need to go back to East and West, and either they're going to play hard or they're not going to play hard. Is one or the other.
facts. Because look, remember when they had the 24-point thing to honor Kobe Bryant? They played hard that 1 year, and the next time they didn't. When they first did the pickup game where it didn't matter East versus West, and it was captains, you picked teams. They played hard at first, and then they didn't. Remember
Then
that
the
first
next years
game?
they didn't.
They doubled to win the game. The first time they did the captains, they doubled to win the game.
The captains was more like a celebrity all-star game.
Right,
It
but
wasn't
here's the
even
thing:
really like a
they played hard one time, and then they didn't anymore. So I mean, that means we're gonna
I
keep
don't know,
coming
man.
up with different gimmicks every year to get these guys to play hard. You're gonna run out of gimmicks pretty quick. We're gonna be like the dunk contest. We're gonna play the wheel now. Remember the dunk wheel because dudes was whack
Mhm.
and they couldn't dunk.
Here's the thing. It did kind of remind me of like 2K. You know how you like to play
It's like
the 80s versus the 90s, you know what I'm saying? It kind of gave me that feel to where it's like we can literally have the early 2000s team versus 2020s. You know what I'm saying? It's like it kind of like gave me that.
yeah,
So
but
I
it's
don't
also
know.
like
I mean,
2K when you play the city and you just play pickup basketball. Bro, this is my problem with doing this. If we start doing young guys versus old guys, you're gonna start putting people on teams that are all-stars that shouldn't be all-stars based on their
Yeah,
age. Now we're gonna get to
exactly.
that.
yeah, okay. I mean, I'm just saying they got to be voted. So I mean, they got to be
Only
voted.
the
At the end of the
starters.
day, they got to
Only
be
the
voted.
starters. The
Yeah, only
reserves,
the
the reserves
uh,
are the coaches' selections.
yeah, they just put them in.
Right. So what we're
So
gonna do next year, we do young versus old, and we start putting guys on teams because they used to be really great and they're not anymore. They're at the end of their career.
yeah, or what's gonna happen? Like if you look at the old guys, a lot of these old guys are real old, right? So they're gonna be out the league pretty soon. So that's gonna make these young guys older guys now. They're still gonna be
I
young guys.
think
So now,
it's got
Like
to be
next
so
year, what
now,
it's got
Anthony
to be
Davis
a
gonna be
limit.
on the old squad because he used to be
It's
good?
got to be a limit.
yeah.
I
So
think
just
what you maybe say 28 and up. I don't know, like
But that's
28
what
and
we're
up. I
saying
don't
though.
know.
That would mean AD would make a team just because he's an old head and he shouldn't be out there.
yeah, it just doesn't make any sense because think about it. Durant, Curry, James Harden, even though he's not on there, LeBron, all these guys are 36, 37. LeBron's in his 40s. So these guys go, and then you got a whole bunch of people that are 27, 28. Which ones are going to be the old heads? You know what I'm saying? So then what we're going to have? We're going to have what? The newly 18, 19, and 20-year-olds be the young guys, and then we're going to have the 28, 29, and
I'm not
30-year-old.
talking about
I'm just
the
saying.
rising stars.
No, but I'm just
That's
saying
not. I'm
that's
not
what we're
talking about
gonna
no
have
rising
though.
stars though.
I know that, but I'm saying that's what we're gonna have because all the real old guys, how they did it this time, the old guys are gonna be out the league. The people who are gonna be the old guys now are gonna be at most 30. They're gonna be 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. And then you're gonna have to get younger guys. And what are they gonna be? 21, 20, 22, 19. They're going to be the rising stars, basically. You know
You
what
got
I'm saying? So
Reese Shea
it's just,
and Sar out there as all stars now because
yeah,
they're
it
young.
just doesn't exactly. It just it's not a formula that they could keep up with. They just happen to have right now a bunch of guys who stayed in the league a long time who have been stars who still can ball. Like Steph Curry, LeBron, Durant, but all those guys are about to leave the league. They're about to leave the league. You're not going to have that anymore. All the old guys after them, all the old guys right after them and with them are not all-star players.
I mean, at
So,
that point, you start having an old timers
yeah.
game. Remember the old timers game they used to have in the 80s? You start
Yeah,
having an old timer game at that point.
yeah.
I mean,
It's gonna be ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be ridiculous. So
no, this is the
that,
thing though, man. This is the issue I have, bro. If we got to keep doing gimmicks, maybe we just need to cancel it. That's kind of the issue right there. 'Cause
No,
So you really feel like they're
No.
gonna get up for this again next year? The same exact format. They're gonna get up for it again.
I don't think you should cancel it, bro. Like, I don't think you should cancel it. I mean, keep it fresh.
But here's the thing,
Change it
too.
up again.
How do you get?
I don't know how to do
the
it.
USA
but
versus
keep it
World.
fresh.
Let's just say you do that again. How do you guarantee that enough guys are going to make it? Because if you look at a guy like a Norman Powell, a guy I really like, good player, but you can't guarantee that he's a perennial all-star. Pascal Siakam, he's not a perennial all-star. These are guys that make it here and there, and they're, basically coach selections. Denny Avdia, a guy I wish the Cavs had drafted instead of drafting Isaac Okoro. He may not make it again. This might be his only time. It's not like a Jokic, he gonna be there every time. You could pencil him in. You know what I'm saying? There's certain, like Booker, he's gonna be there every time. There's certain guys that's good that they're gonna always be there, and there's other guys that.
So you're saying because they're gonna have to pull from B-level, C-level players from the world.
Yeah, because you're gonna have to pull. You're gonna have to basically keep enough guys that are not Americans being all-stars. If you look at that world squad, there's like 3 guys that's gonna be there every year. Cat,
Wemby.
Okay, 4. Cat, Wemby, Jokic, and Joker. Joker and Luka. That's your 4. Them 4 guys gonna be all-stars until they retire. The rest of these guys, it depends if they're having a good year or not.
Giannis. Don't forget about Giannis.
Okay, 5 guys.
There, but
you got 5. I'm talking about
6.
6. So you got
SGA. There you go.
Yeah.
You got 6 right there.
That's not enough for an all-star team. You still
exactly.
No, but I mean.
Oh yeah. And then you
don't know who's coming up. You don't know who's coming up, man.
But then you got to think about injuries too, i.e., why Giannis is not, not
SGA
playing.
too.
Why SGA is not playing. So let's say you got 6 guys who are really truly all stars. Out of those 6, 4 of them are probably gonna 3 or 4 of them, are gonna probably not be injured or whatever. So now you're reaching into guys who aren't really all stars to be on these teams. So it just. If it's an all-star game, people look at the all-star game because they want to see the best against the best. You keep this formula up, you're not going to have that. It's going to be a role player game, basically, is what it's going to come down to. And it's just not going to be as exciting. It's just exciting.
A dude like Şengün, you think it's guaranteed Şengün going to be there next year?
He's good. He's good. He can ball. He is good, but, he's not like, he is ascending, though.
Yeah,
he's ascending.
Şengün only can do so much right now because, if you look at his team, he got ballers on his team. So it's not like he just, I think having Kevin Durant on the team actually hurts Şengün, but, it is what it is as far as his productivity.
We also didn't have Embiid on there because, he always hurt, though. But he should be on the world.
But here's the thing. Should he be an all-star this season? Let's be honest.
No.
There you go. No. Now you're making the guy all-star just because he's an international guy. Yeah. And guess what? This what makes it crazy, too. He wouldn't play for the world. You know why? Because in the Olympics, Embiid played for Team USA. The guys that played for the world, none of them guys played for Team USA ever and not going to.
Mm-hmm.
So now what? Dylan Brooks, who probably should have been there this year, he plays for the world. What, are you going to make it 3 times in a row? So you got 3 Canadians. So you get Jamal Murray and you get SGA. Well, we're gonna let RJ Barrett make it next time.
Yeah, and honestly, even with Dylan Brooks, he's having a pretty good season, right? But he's not a perennial all-star. He's not a guy who's going to be an all-star every year, who's going to have great seasons every year. This is probably his best season since he's been in the league.
It is his best. And it might be the only time this happens.
And he's been in the league for a while now. So,
look at a dude like Jared Allen. He a good player, but he ain't no perennial all-star. He might make it once here and there, and that's going to be the end of it.
Exactly.
Why can't we get back to East versus West when you knew Penny and Grant Hill was going to be out there together with MJ and Scotty and Charles and stuff like that? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Them guys want to take each other head off, man. You looked at a game, I think that was like 87 or 88, where Rolando Blackman was shooting free throws to send to overtime and the West wins. 2001, where Marbury and AI go crazy, or 03, where MJ, me and Expert argued about this on the phone the other day, that MJ should have had his moment. If I was Kobe, I would have missed them free throws without nobody knowing.
Nah, they should have. The guy who fouled him shouldn't have fouled him.
No, the ref shouldn't have called it.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, the ref shouldn't have called it.
It was Jermaine O'Neal. You're right.
I think it was.
It was.
I'll never forget that.
The ref shouldn't have called that, though.
Yeah, Jermaine O'Neal shouldn't have fouled, though, man. He shouldn't
Still, though, dog, if I was Bean, I would have missed one just for MJ. Let him have his moment, man. I'd
Yeah, but
it
that's
wouldn't
not
have
it.
been obvious, but
That's
I'd have missed it though.
that's
He's
yeah,
too
that's not in
competitive for
Bean's
that.
DNA though
No,
to
it's
do
not.
that.
It's
It's
You
not.
know what I'm
not.
It's
saying? He
not.
wouldn't have been,
It's
you
not.
know, who he is.
That's
So,
crazy too, man. Because you start talking about the best All-Star games. None of these, this don't stand up to none of them. It's not even close.
No,
it's
absolutely
not.
not.
You start talking about stuff like that.
Yeah. But again, it's the best I done seen since Kobe played.
This format can't stand the test of time. And I'm looking in the future as far as the NBA and as far as the All-Star games and stuff, you know, not just what happened right now. You keep this format, it's just not gonna work. It's just
I
not
agree
gonna
with
stand the
expert,
test
man.
of time. So they're gonna have to figure something out. They need to find out a way for East versus West to actually work. Not that picking players thing. I hate that too.
Did not like
Yeah,
that. I did
that's
not
just
like that,
stupid.
yo.
Well, you
Yeah.
see, but you see, they tried it, didn't work. Now they tried it, they see some, that things have improved. They improve upon this. That's what you got to do.
Well,
Keep it fresh, man.
here's a hole that this definitely highlighted. And expert, you go next. This highlighted a big hole in the whole selection process by going positionless. You see, this is part of the reason the old heads lost. They ain't have no big man. That was a big hole in it. That now, if you're gonna go through all these gimmicks, this makes it even sillier to not have positions.
Exactly. And I mean, Dom, you're talking about, you know, this worked and they need to build upon this. Well, what about all the other things that worked the first time and build upon it? They can't build upon it. You're not going to be able to build upon this. You're going to have to either do this or not do this. And if you keep doing this, the whole thing's going to fall apart because there's just no way looking at the ages and the big age gap where you got 26-year-olds on one team and 36 and 37 and 41-year-olds on another team. It's just too big of a gap. So when those old people leave, those young people are still going to be young. So it just doesn't make any sense. So now you got to go to even younger people. Eventually, they're going to have to get our kids to, to come
Bronny
on
gonna be
there
out there.
to play. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. They're going to be looking in the high schools to have for the young team, you know?
I just think it was good for
It
a
doesn't make
one-off
any
this
sense.
year. It was good for
Yeah.
a one-off this year, but overall it didn't work. It's kind of like if you look at the whole All-Star weekend. I mean, yeah, the three-point shootout is consistently just kind of, it is what it is. It's not bad, but it's
I
the
like the
same.
3-point shootout.
Yeah, but I mean, look at it at this point. For right now, until Steph Curry do it again, as long as Damian Lillard does it, he's probably gonna
Yeah.
win.
Yeah, he could have lost this one though. It just, you know.
What y'all think about him competing though? Now that he ain't played all season,
I don't have a problem with it because he's
Yeah.
the reigning champion.
Yeah, I don't mind him.
He's
I
the
don't mind
reigning
him.
3-point champion. I don't have a problem with it.
It just shows how great he really is, how great of a shooter he
Yeah.
really is. I mean, he ain't been playing. He come out and still win, you know. So
And still win.
yo, that's
That's
embarrassing,
incredible.
yo. That's embarrassing for like Booker and Donovan Mitchell and all these
Oh,
other
yeah.
guys and Maxey. You can't be the guy that ain't played all season.
Yeah, but this is
Right.
Damian Lillard though. Booker actually did his thing though. Booker
He got
actually did
close.
real good in it. He could have won if he would have. I mean, think about it. He had those last 3 shots. If he would have hit one of those last 3 shots, he would have won.
He wins.
So he actually could have took it. He just, you know.
Booker is like the new Reggie Miller, like always coming up short, man.
Yeah.
He like the
He's
new
not
Reggie
clutch,
Miller.
man.
And in the dunk contest, man, to me, it's just like if you can't have the names, bro, it's time to stop,
Yeah.
man. I mean, I know who Jackson Hayes is, but that's because I'm a basketball junkie. Most people don't know who that guy
Mhm.
is. And the dude from
Yeah.
the Heat that won, I ain't never seen the guy play in a game. It was better. It's better than McClung, who's not even in the NBA. So I was happy about
Yeah.
that. And when I saw Jason Richardson's son, I was like, I didn't even know that kid was in the NBA. He looked
Mhm.
like a teenager. He didn't look like no NBA player.
Yeah, well, that's what the slam dunk contest is missing. I mean, it doesn't matter. Even if those guys would have went in there and did nice dunks, because I mean, I saw some of those dunks. It was just regular, average, whatever. But even if those guys would have went in there and did something spectacular, because they don't have those names, and then it's not people aren't excited about seeing these people dunk. It's not going to really mean anything. They need the big names. So if you have big names going in there doing the same dunks that these people did, then it still would be like it still would.
It would be. It would be. I know you still blame LeBron. I gotta say this because we
Yeah.
talked about it already. Dog, I still agree that LeBron has a big, part in this and this kind of going the way it did. But now hearing Vince Carter's story that this man put together a competition that would have been him, Tracy McGrady, Kobe, and Bron for $1 million. had the bag secured, and everybody backed out. I think Steve Francis was supposed to be in it too. I was like, dang, bro, that would have been a dream. That might have been the best collection that we've ever had in one dunk contest, probably outside of, MJ and Dr. J and all them guys and Dominique being in there once.
Everybody backed out?
Everybody except for Vince backed out.
Okay, so I still blame LeBron then because he backed out of that too.
How's it his fault that Kobe back out?
Shoot.
How's that his fault?
Because look, Kobe won a slam dunk contest.
Okay. How's his fault that T-Mac back out?
Hold on. Kobe won a slam dunk contest. Vince Carter won a slam dunk contest. Tracy McGrady was in a slam dunk contest. LeBron James, out of all those people, LeBron James is the only person
Even
that
Steve
wasn't
Francis was in.
Yeah,
in
you know what I'm saying?
a dunk contest.
Exactly. LeBron James is the only person
Kobe,
that didn't participate in the slam dunk contest. I blame LeBron.
He's the only one.
LeBron was the leader of all this stuff. It was his time. It was his time to carry the NBA, to carry the dunk contest, to carry everything on his shoulders, and he failed. He failed the All-Star game. He failed the slam dunk contest.
Lee, bro.
You
got that same heat for LeBron that you got for Michael Penix. This is ridiculous, yo.
Hey,
if it rains on Saturday, it's LeBron's fault too?
I don't know. I mean, sometimes it depends. We might need the rain. If we need the rain, and then I get big up Kobe, big up Michael Jordan. But if we don't need the rain, it's LeBron's fault.
It's time to change his name from Mike the Expert to Mike the Hater. Straight up. You a hater, bro. You a hater.
I ain't no hater. Look, here's my thing. I think LeBron is a great player. I'm not saying that, but what I am saying is the man did mess some things up or whatever. This was, if LeBron, people are going to follow the best. LeBron.
So you saying this is the worst
best.
thing on LeBron's resume, basically?
I didn't say it's the worst thing on his resume. I just said it's something that's on his resume.
Losing to the Dallas Mavericks is the worst thing on his resume. The first year with the Heatles. That's the worst thing.
I mean, that is kind of bad.
People losing.
Oh, no.
That's the worst thing.
In this team, they in that finals, that was embarrassing.
So why is it not embarrassing for Dirk to be up on D Wade and them and lose? They were the better team. They were better than that version of the Heat. There was a bunch of old guys in D Wade and they lost.
Did you just hear me say LeBron, D Wade, and them were mocking these guys and all that? I don't remember seeing Dirk and all them doing all that. They just went out there and played basketball. LeBron and D Wade was a little childish back then and started doing these childish things and wound up being beat.
At the beginning,
beginning
of the before
1, 2, 3.
The one,
that was a bad
two, not three.
Yeah. You add all that in.
They got too wrapped up in the moment.
You add all that in. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. And then
you act like you never been wrapped up in the moment like that in the club.
Nah.
You know you been wrapped up in the moment like that.
Nah, nigga, nah. And you didn't win, dog. You didn't win.
Hold on.
You didn't win.
You gonna tell me you never been
it was
in the moment where you like, hey,
and then
man.
at that point in time, LeBron had already been to the finals and got swept. And then changed teams to go from Cleveland,
hold on. Now, we're not gonna throw no dirt on this man. Nah, cut that out. We're not gonna throw no dirt on him about that calf situation.
He recovered. Clearly,
he's playing with Eric Snow and Drew Gooden. Are you serious?
Bro, I get it.
Against the Spurs?
I'm not. Look, I'm not. Yeah, but they were kind of an unserious team. But we're gonna go. We're not. Don't worry about the first Cavs. The Cavs, right? Not that. I'm talking about when he switched teams.
You brought up he got
swept. Not 1, not 2, not 3. And it was the Heatles, and they were the biggest thing smoking.
And they mocked the Mavericks. Yeah, and
everybody got wrapped up in the moment and said something crazy. You know that. Come on, cut it out.
They were immature. They did some immature stuff. They thought they were going to win. They were cocky. They were arrogant, and they went out there and they lost. And Dirk and all them, not even Dirk, J.J. Barrera, or whatever, went out there and put that beating on them.
You know who I blame for this? I blame Larry Brown for this, man. This is Larry Brown's fault. Had he not ruined everything in the Olympics in 2004, maybe none of this would have happened. He let the young guns play. Maybe none of this would have happened.
That's another blemish on LeBron and them.
That's not LeBron's fault. That's on Larry Brown. Cut that out. No, that's not on LeBron. That's on Larry
No, that's
Brown.
I mean,
another.
wasn't LeBron the greatest at that point in time, though? I mean, he
In
was the best
04?
in the league at that point
No,
in
he
time.
wasn't.
He was.
No,
No, he
okay, all right.
wasn't.
That
He
was the
wasn't.
Redeem team?
No, that's
No,
the
before
Redeem
that.
team
The
was
That's
that.
Redeem
before
team
that.
got gold.
Redeem
that's
team was
before that.
08.
This is the team that got bronze, dog. They didn't win because Larry Brown wouldn't play none of the young guys. LeBron, Carmelo, and D Wade would sit on the bench watching, and then he wouldn't
they
let
played.
Iverson and Steph go crazy like they did in the All-Star game. That's why they
But
lost.
here's the thing. LeBron has not one but 2 bronze medals, right? Yeah, LeBron has 2 bronze medals, so that means he lost 2 times or whatever. I mean, the dude knows how to get there.
Yo, you are such a hater, dog.
Getting
You
over,
a
I'm just
hater.
saying, getting over the
You are
hump
a
seems
hater,
hard
yo.
for him. I'm just saying, everybody says he's the greatest.
No, you Mike the hater from now on.
But what is
dog.
he the great? I mean, he's the greatest. He's a great basketball player.
I didn't say he's
in
the
my
greatest,
top
but
10.
dog, you was
He's
for
in
real
my
the man.
top 10.
How many
I
gold
didn't
medals
say
he got? How many gold medals he got? See, you don't want to talk about that, do you?
It don't matter how
No,
many
it does
gold medals
matter.
he
If you
got.
want to talk about the bronze medals, how many goals he got?
I know
can't
that he
count no more?
lost. He got 2. I mean, I have to look it up and see how
Well,
many
you
he got.
gotta
I know
look
he
it up
got a
now.
few.
Nah.
Yeah, I know he's got a few.
You see this guy? You see?
I know he's got a few.
Hey, Dom,
but it
this the
doesn't
same
matter.
thing he
He's
do to
got
Michael
2
Penix.
bronze. He's got 2 bronze medals, meaning
How many goals he
you know
got?
he got whooped. He got whooped
I know
up.
you looking at the
Yeah,
Wikipedia.
let
How
me
many
look up.
goals he got?
So how did this go from the All-Star game to us talking about bashing
Okay, so
LeBron?
he has 3
Like, I feel
gold
like
medals.
every time we talk about the All-Star, it's slam dunk it
So
always.
he
he
got
has
more
3 gold
goals than
medals.
bronze.
That's good. So does Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan has
He has
0
2.
bronze.
He has 2. He has 2 gold medals. He competed 2
Yeah,
times.
he has 0 bronze.
He has 2 gold medals. Cut it out, yo.
0
All
bronze.
right. So to put a bow on the All-Star thing, I sent y'all the thing, and we was talking about the All-Star, and it kind of got nostalgic. We was looking at the MJ shoes, all the shoes he wore in the All-Star game. So you got the bread ones, you got the 2s, you know what I'm saying? You got the black cement 3s. I mean, Mike kind of went crazy. He got the bread 4s in there. I think the black cement 5s, the infrared 6, the Bordeaux's, the aqua 8s, and then he come back with the Columbia 11s, and then we got which 12 did he wear in there? I don't remember which. Oh, the playoff. He wore it early. He got the playoff 13, and then we got the 17 lows, and then we got the 18. The Wizard joints. Yeah, the Lightnings. For me, if you look at all them shoes, to me, it's got to be the playoff 8s. The Bordeaux is close. It's between them and the Bordeaux. But I think it's a playoff 8s, man. Them aqua aces. Whew. In the words of Homer Simpson, perfect.
Aqua 8s were the best to go with the whole
uniform
All-Star outfit.
Yeah, the uniform.
That year, it was almost like a perfect matching. But those aren't my favorite. I just think for shock value, I just remember at the time, I mean, I'm going back, I do remember those 11s, those Columbia.
Yeah, that went
11s.
perfect too with the uniform.
That
all white.
That
with that
was,
teal.
I remember that all white 11
with the
because
teal.
we already had the Concorde. That all white. That was a memorable All-Star game when he wore that. That I'm gonna have to go with those 11.
I feel like after that though, he kind of fell off, dog. Because to me, I know the All-Star game was in New York, and they were wearing them regular uniforms. That kind of made it whack too, them wearing the regular uniforms. But I feel like he could have did something better with the 12s, and the playoff 13 it didn't really do nothing for me as far as All-Star game.
Didn't he wear my black 3 cements in the 88 All-Star?
He did.
You know, I'm all about those. I'm all
Jordan
about
3.
those. So, yeah, I'm all, that's what I get. I'm all about that. So the 1988 All-Star game, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how he really balled in those, but the 1988 All-Star.
That's in Chicago too. It was in Chicago after he beat Dominique.
Mm-hmm.
After he got the home cooking against Dominique.
Exactly. So I'm gonna go with those. Those are my shoes. So I'm gonna.
That's
go with
true,
those.
and that's the only time MJ ever wore that on the court was the All-Star game. He never wore it in like a regular game.
Yeah, because when I wear them, it doesn't seem like I should be playing basketball in these.
Why not?
It just feels like it's gonna tear up my ankles or something. They're good for looks, but I just don't feel like that's something I would play basketball in. But anyway,
that's something
I'm
I feel like.
No,
don't you think that's something that's missing though? Is like looking forward to All-Star sneakers. Like, it's cool we look forward to buy them, but not like what guys are wearing.
That's the thing. And that's why I'm going with those Aqua and the Legend, is because those were actually matching the All-Star kits or the All-Star uniforms. Like when they went to, putting the regular ones on, that's the regular shoes that he plays against with the Chicago Bulls in. So it's not special to me. I like specifically when they come out with these all-star shoes, okay? When even LeBron did it, Kobe did it. I mean, we just about to have those 2K4 Huaraches about to come out. That was an all-star.
Got them upstairs.
Shoot. There you go.
You brought something up, we Jordan and stuff, we used to look at that, like the shoes that they wear in the All-Star game and all that stuff. And we don't really look at that as much anymore. We don't really care about the shoes that they're wearing in the All-Star games. And again, I blame LeBron. LeBron.
Oh gosh, yo. I don't know what
the
to say.
shoes are not the same.
Well,
it's just not the same anymore.
At least the game was on regular TV and they brought the round ball rock back. But I'm gonna end it with this. Go ahead.
And they did bring it back to like the middle of the day, like they had back in the early 90s.
And then they brought back
thanks to the Olympics.
They brought back my boy Bob Costas.
Thanks to the Olympics.
Yeah.
All they needed was a mod. Did you call a mod now?
Main man.
I don't know about that.
I'm with my main man.
Seen a mod for a minute.
Yo, you're right. The game was on super early. I almost thought, I was like, yo, y'all remember on Saturdays, the Worldwide World of Sports on ABC? It'd be all these weird things you watch. That's what this felt like, yo. I don't know, man. It might have been crazy work.
But that's why I missed the Saturday ball, because I was out working out, and then I look at my phone, Damian Lillard has won the 3-point competition. I said, what? It's 3:00? What?
Yeah.
What's going on? I'm like, come to find out, Winter Olympics. That's why.
Yeah. Well, let us know what y'all thought of the All-Star weekend. You know what I'm saying? Did you like the game? Is it time to cancel the dunk contest? We want to hear from y'all. Continue to comment. Of course, we're going to start reading these comments online because we appreciate what y'all say. Like, share, subscribe. We'll catch you in the next one.
It's LeBron's fault. Remember that. Peace.